Fisher reporting live. Thank you so much. Leland has more.
All right, we'll bring in Matt Continetti, editor-in-chief of the Washington Free Beacon. Appreciate you being here, as always. So we've got this sort of gamesmanship that is going on now about the Sessions hearing coming up, the Comey hearing that happened, President Trump's tweets, and then below the surface you have the special counsel Robert Mueller, who made two moves that Mike Allen just reported on. Michael Dreeben, officer of the Solicitor General, 100-plus cases argued before the Supreme Court. He was just brought on to Mueller's staff, as was Andrew Weissman, chief of the fraud section at the DOJ Criminal Division. Is that what we should be paying attention to, or the hearings and the tweets?
Well, I think definitely the special counsel investigation is the major story here, and I know that's what the president's legal team is going to be concerned about as well. Both of the lawyers you mentioned are highly regarded. Another additional attorney brought on actually did previous work for the Clinton Foundation, so I'd expect the president's team to bring that up as well.
There could be a few tweets about that, maybe.
Maybe in our future, yeah.
All right, I want to bring up what you wrote right after the hearings from James Comey. It was a fairly damning indictment, if you will, at least saying the way the president could be indicted. This is the headline from the Washington Free Beacon. This one tweet may lead to Donald Trump's impeachment. Quote, in other words, by firing Comey and then tweeting recklessly about it, Trump elevated a long-running but manageable problem, the so-called Russia thing, into an independent investigation that seriously endangers his presidency. The timeline on this would mean the firing of James Comey and the talking about the tapes is what elevated Comey's leaks, and then we have the special counsel.
Well, for me, it was the biggest reveal of the Comey testimony, was when Comey admitted that after the president tweeted on the Friday after he fired Comey that Comey better hope there aren't any tapes of their conversations, Comey then directed his friend, the Columbia law professor, to detail the contents of the memos to the New York Times with the express purpose of initiating a special counsel investigation. So we've moved off far, far from the Russia thing. This is now about...
Even the former FBI director, even Comey said essentially, I don't have any evidence of collusion.
Correct.
Now this is about sort of the issue of obstruction of justice and the cover-up rather than the crime.
And that's where all the Democrats are moving. And so I think the president needs to be very careful as he proceeds.
Speaking of careful, this raised a lot of eyebrows when it happened in the Rose Garden, even more eyebrows when we heard from the president's son. Take a listen.
Suggested he didn't tell the truth in everything he said. He did say under oath that you told him to let the Flynn, you said you hoped the Flynn investigation you could let.
I didn't say that.
So he lied about that.
Well, I didn't say that. I mean, I will tell you, I didn't say that.
And did he ask you to pledge his
And there'd be
loyalty?
nothing wrong if I did say it, according to everybody that I've read today, but I did not say that.
When he tells you to do something,
yes,
guess what? There's no ambiguity in it. There's no, hey, I'm hoping. You and I are friends. Hey, I hope this happens, but you got to do your job. That's what he told Comey. And for this guy as a politician to then go back and write a memo, oh, he felt so threatened, but he didn't do anything.
Brings up an important question. Does the White House, does the president and his legal team understand the gravity of the difference between politics in the media arena and the law as it relates to a special counsel investigation?
Well, I think they do, in the sense that President Trump obviously is no stranger to lawsuits, right? 30,
Criminal
40 years.
investigations are different, though.
A special counsel is different. And I think that's where you see the president really coming into Washington unaware of the norms and expectations that govern this city, and kind of running like that bull in the china shop into a harsh reality, which is the Mueller investigation, which, as we talked about, shows no signs of slowing down, even though the underlying crime, the so-called collusion with Russia, hasn't been proved and probably won't be.
And it also brings up the very important question in terms of whether or not the president goes under oath. It seems as though he said he would. Whether or not his counsel lets him later, if Mr. Mueller subpoenas him, is yet to be seen. Matt, appreciate your insights as always. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Leland.
All right. Liz?
All right, let's continue the discussion.